Standard 8 Maths Chapter 15 Introduction to Graph. So far we have discussed exercise 15.2. Now there are application of these graphs in day-to-day activities. So before that you need to understand one thing, that what are dependent variable, dependent variables and what are independent variables, and how these are used while plotting the graph. So these are nothing but independent variable. These are like values which are plotted on x-axis, means whose values they control the things, or they we take an example. Suppose we have to buy some grocery, anything like sugar or what. So if we are, suppose it is for 40 rupees per kg. If I am purchasing 1 kg, I have to pay 40 rupees. If I am purchasing 2 kgs, I have to give 80 rupees. 3 kgs we are giving 120 rupees. So these value, these number of kgs, these are independent variable, means upon these amount of money what we have to pay depends. Okay, so the cost of grocery will depend upon the quantity. So these quantities independent variable, and these value, these are dependent variable, means these value will depend upon this quantity, or how much quantity or how much kgs of grocery we have purchased. So these independent variable, these number of kgs we have to plot on x-axis. That means independent variable are plotted on x-axis, and dependent variable we have to plot on y-axis. Now how these are helpful in, or what are the application of these graphs, we will see. So example 6, example 6. So in this cost and quantity, so there is one table, that is number of liters of petrol and cost in rupees. So this is given, we have to plot this graph. So first we will plot this graph. So this is simple plotting, you can skip, or we will see example 7. Example 7. So these are a bank give 10% simple interest on deposit by senior citizen. Draw graph to illustrate the relation between sum deposited and interest earned. From the your graph, we have to calculate the annual interest obtainable for an investment of rupees 250, and the investment one has to make the to get an annual simple interest of rupees 70. So you know that key, in order to calculate simple interest we need principal, we need rate, and we need time. So simple interest, as you are aware of the formula, is principal into rate into t upon 100. So this by this formula we have to calculate the simple interest. And one more thing, if the rate and times are time period will be same, so means we have to calculate year wise, and rate will be same throughout the period. So our simple interest will depend on which parameter, that is on principal, how much principal or how much money we have interest invested. Simple interest will depend on that. So in this case, what is independent variable? Our principal or amount invested is the independent variable, and the dependent variable will be simple interest. Okay, so we will calculate some value. Suppose if we have taken rupees 100, so how much interest we will get? Rupees 200. So we will calculate those things. So in this they have given, this is principal and this is simple interest. I am writing SI. So if I have invested rupees 100, so what will be the simple interest? This is P into R into T upon 100. Time is 1 period, since we are calculated on a yearly basis, and rate they have given for 10%. So what will be simple interest? Principal is rupees 100, rate is 10, and time is 1 upon 100. So interest we will get 10 rupees. So on rupees 100 we will get simple interest rupees 10. Similarly, if we are investing rupees 200, what will be the simple interest? This is 200 into 10 into 1 upon 100. So it comes out with 2 into 10, that is 20. If we are investing, we will get 30. If we are investing 400 rupees, we will get 40 rupees as interest. So we will plot this much only. Okay, so this is our principal, this is our independent variable, and we are going to plot it on x-axis, and this simple interest is our dependent variable. So we will plot on y-axis. Okay, so let's see how we have to plot. This is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Okay, so this is origin 0, and this is on x-axis I have taken principal. On x-axis I have taken principal. Okay, this is 0, 100, this is 200, this is 300, this is 400, and this is 500. And on y-axis I have taken simple interest in rupees, and this principal is also in rupees. So you have to write the scale and what are the units you have used in your graph. So interest we will take 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. So rupees 100 we have 10. So the points or the coordinates of point will be 100, 10. So this is value on x-axis and this is value on 10-axis. Similarly, we have to plot all the points. So at rupees 100, we have simple interest 10. So the point will be somewhat here. Okay. Similarly, for 12 to 100, we have interest 20 rupees. So this point will lie somewhere this. Okay. For 300, we have 30 rupees. This, and 400, we have 40 rupees like. So we will join these points. So it comes out to be straight line, and if you have to write the coordinates of this point, it will be 110, this will be 220, this will be 330, this will be 440. These are the coordinates. So this is the graph, and we have to answer some questions, I guess. So the first part was the annual interest obtainable for an investment of rupees 250. That means we have to, by the graph, we have to calculate the simple interest, or we have to find out the simple interest on rupees 250. Now on principal on x-axis we have plot the principal. So on x-axis we have principal, so we have to find where is the principal of rupees 250. So 250 lie between 200 and 300, so it will lie between somewhat here. 250 is the, okay. Now we have to calculate the interest for this. So we will draw, this is the straight line we have got. So we have to calculate this 250 interest for rupees 250. So we will mark this point 250 on x-axis, and we draw a perpendicular line. Okay, so it will meet at this linear graph which we have plotted at some point, and from this point we will draw a line parallel to x-axis and perpendicular to y-axis. So in simple interest for this rupees 250 will be the line, this line where it cuts at x-axis. So its value will be 25. So for rupees 250, 25 rupees will be the simple interest which we have calculated from the graph. Now similarly you can do second part of this example. Okay. So I will just briefly describe example A. You can do it by your own. So what has been given, it is example of time and distance. Ajit can take a ride a scooter constantly at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. Draw a distance time graph for this situation. Use it to find time taken by Ajit to ride 75 kilometers and distance covered by Ajit in 3.5 hours. So you have to plot a distance time graph. So what is independent variable in this? This time is independent variable because distance traveled by a particular person or by this person Ajit will depend on how much time he is traveling. Okay, more the number of hours, more will be the distance covered. Less the number of hours, less will be the distance covered. So and the speed is given as 30 kilometers per hour. So that means we have to plot distance time graph. Here we have time and here we have distance. Okay. So in 1 hour, when time is 1 hour, distance covered is 30 kilometers. Distance is kilometer and time is in hours. So for 1 hour he will cover 30 kilometers. In 2 hours he will cover 60. In 3 hours it will cover 90, and in 4 hours it will cover 120 kilometers. Okay. So this we have to plot. Okay. Now see, this is x, this is y. On x-axis we are taking time. Time in hours. And on y-axis we have taken distance. Distance in kilometers. So you do have to write the unit as well. Okay, so time is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and distance is see it is 10, 20, 30, 60, 90, 120. So we can take like 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Okay. So what will be the scale on x-axis? 1 unit will be equal to 1 hour. So that is the scale on x-axis. And if we talk about y-axis, what is the scale? On y-axis, we have taken 1 unit equals to, we have divided equal into 20 parts. That means one small unit is equal to 20 kilometers. So that is the scale on y-axis. Now we will plot the graph. So for 1 hour, the speed is, oh, sorry, distance covered is 30. So 30 will be somewhat in between this. So here it is 30. Okay. Now 2 hours, the distance travel is 60. So we will plot 60. For 3 hours, it is 90. 90 will be somewhat here. And for 4 hours, distance covered is 120. So it will come here. So we will draw this linear curve. So this comes out to be a straight line. Now first part we have to time taken by Ajit to travel 75 kilometers. Now 75 kilometers. How we have to calculate? I'm just explaining. Okay. So between 60 to 80, it is 70 kilometers. So it will be 70 kilometers somewhat here. And again, we have to calculate for 75 kilometers. So it will be somewhat here. So we will draw a line like this, and to find the corresponding time we will draw. Okay, so whatever be the value on x-axis, that will be the time required to cover this 75 kilometers. Now we have to calculate the distance covered by Ajit in 3.5 hours. So this is 3 and this is 4. So here it will be 3.5 hours or 3.5 hours. So we will draw a line like this, and its corresponding value on so corresponding to this 3.5 value on y-axis will be the distance covered in 3.5 hours. So similar, you have to calculate like this. Okay. Now we will start with exercise 15.3 in our next video. Thank you.